Welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Parker, and this is our market recap for the week ending August 18th. So, in this video, we'll go through all the different charts, and then we'll look at the news from this week, and then we'll go over the economic calendar coming up for next week. So, starting here with the S&P 500 Spider ETF, the SPY, as you can see, third week, red week here in a row, massive red week this week, breaking down through these highs from June, which was our price target for last week, as you can see here on Tuesday, really breaking down below those previous highs back here from June. But if you do look here on the weekly chart, as you can see, pulling into this weekly midline, which does line up with these previous highs back here from last August. So it is kind of funny that last August we were running into this level as resistance, and this August we are pulling back into it as support. Honestly, the same week too, as you can see, August 15th on this weekly candle and August 14th on this weekly candle. So pretty wild how the just how the world works like that. But as you can see, really pulling into a major level of support. This it will support back here in June, and then like we said last August, and of course we have that weekly midline. Turning to the debt market with the U.S. 10-year yield, the U.S. 10-year yield getting another green week here for the fifth green week here in a row, coming in for a retest of these previous highs back here from October. Getting really close to that level, but not quite getting up there and being able to break through it. As you can see, wicking to the downside here after really getting close to that level. Turning to the dollar, green wick here on the dollar, able to get through that midline and get some continuation to the upside here. Pretty strong move here on the dollar. As you can see, it's gone up for 5 weeks in a row as well. Turning to Bitcoin, there was a massive liquidity event that happened yesterday in Bitcoin. As you can see, this massive candle down over 7%. It was a big liquidity event, and the only news that came out was that China's largest real estate developer went bankrupt, and there was also a rumor that SpaceX sold all of its Bitcoin. But nothing, too significant in my opinion when it comes to the news that caused this big liquidation event. I mean, this was like billions and billions of dollars within like 10 minutes or something. But as you can see today, continuing its downward action here with another red candle. But as you can see, not breaking down through those lows from yesterday. So holding that low that we got on that big liquidation event yesterday, as you can see, pulling into this lower extreme here on the weekly chart, which is, still above these previous lows back here from June. So we are looking for these lows back here from June to hold. If you do look here, it does line up with these previous highs back here from August of last year and February, as you can see, lining up with these previous lows. So we do have a significant kind of key level here on Bitcoin. So we are looking for this level to hold. Turning to XRP, big red week this week in XRP. XRP got hit pretty hard when that liquidation event happened yesterday. As you can see, down almost 14% in one day, going from a high of about 59 cents to a low of 43 cents. So really big move here. As you can see, large wick though to the upside. This did bust up a lot of the charts, right? Because we were really expecting this kind of zone through here, like this. This about like 52 to 60 cent zone to hold, right, as resistance, because that has been that zone and that price level for years now. But as you can see with that liquidation event yesterday, breaking straight down through all those levels, breaking down through that midline and coming down here. But it did, as you can see, test a very significant level down here at about that 40 cent level. So that is another significant level, and as you can see, the large wick. I would like to see a nice bounce coming in, before the end of the week, so we can maybe get a weekly close above that, about 55 cent level. It would be nice to see a weekly close above that midline and above these previous resistance levels here, just because that would be a nice sign of support, and that this wasn't too big of a kind of event here, more of just a low liquidity kind of stop loss triggering event. Turning to commodities, we have oil. Oil getting its first red week here in a very long time, since back here in the middle of June. So nice to see a pullback here in oil. I know the gas prices at the pump are really rising here. Turning to gold, we have a big red week here in gold again, a fourth red week here in a row, breaking down through these previous lows back here set in June, really pushing down through that lower extreme here on the weekly chart. Turning to silver. Silver getting a green week here, which is nice to see, holding these lows actually from June, whereas gold was breaking it. So as you can see, the relative strength here in silver, being able to hold those lows and hold above that lower extreme. So now we can look at some of the news from this week, starting here with that what we were talking about earlier, which calls that crypto liquidation event. As you can see, China's Evergrande files for Chapter 15 bankruptcy. We also have the 55% of all S&P 500 options volume is now 0 days till expiration. This is honestly pretty wild because this is my favorite thing to trade if you've seen the trading videos. But I did not expect it to be over half of all the volume on those 0 days till expiration. We also had some news that Coinbase was approved to offer Bitcoin futures trading in the U.S. This is the Housing Affordability Index from the National Association of Realtors, as you can see down here, to its least affordable levels in over 40 years. Here we have a record 8% of U.S. homes are worth $1 million or more, and in 2020, only 4.8% of homes were worth at least $1 million. As you can see, the parabolic rise here in the home prices. This is a chart showing the total worth of real estate in the U.S. As you can see, it hit a record of $46.8 trillion in June, which is above the previous all-time high from a year ago. And the number of homes for sale in the U.S. dropped by 8% year over year to an all-time low here in June, which is the biggest annual decline in nearly 2 years. We also had the U.S. sending another $200 million in weapons to Ukraine. Surprise, surprise. And India also made its first crude oil payment to the United Arab Emirates in Indian rupees, officially dropping the US dollar. This is huge. Honestly, keep watching this. If this keeps happening, if more and more countries drop the US dollar for oil payments and the petrodollar dies, that will be a very significant turning point in the world reserve currency status of the United States dollar. So we can look at the economic calendar for next week. So it looks like Tuesday we get existing home sales. Wednesday we get building permits, S&P Global U.S. services, new home sales, crude oil inventories. Thursday, we get core durable good orders and initial jobs claims. And Friday, we have the Fed chair speaking. So, yeah, that should do it for the video. Appreciate y'all watching, and I will talk to y'all later.